tuition is $9,000 a year.
My tuition is $21,000 a year.
My tuition's $7,300 a year.
My tuition is about $18,000 a year.
$18,000.
$8,000.
$14,000.
$9,000.
$8,000.
$7,000.
$9,700. $7,000 per year.
$9,700 per term.
My tuition is $40,000 per year.
The initial excitement of receiving an acceptance letter is short-lived, especially once tuition fees start to roll in.
My tuition is about $13,000 per year. So I work full-time in the summers, and I'm currently on call at an automotive production factory. I have to work because OSAP doesn't give me any money, so working full-time is the only way I can pay for my tuition without any parental help. Working and being like a full-time second-year student is really stressful. It's really hard to time manage, knowing when I'm going to work or when assignments are due, because everything always seems to be at the same time.
I used to be a student, obviously, and I actually still pay off my master program student loan because it was really expensive, and yeah, a few years later I'm still paying it off. And I know some of my students have to work. There's no choice. They don't get money from home. They don't get enough student support from OSAP. So I wish students could just focus on school, because school is a full-time job, as you all know. It's demanding, but that's not always possible. So sometimes life asks us to do many different things. I would find a job on campus, because usually universities are much better understanding what a student's schedule looks like and are more flexible that way. And there's tons of job at the university. Maybe not the most interesting job on the planet. Maybe you serve coffee or you help out taking photos somewhere. But yeah, that's what I would do, work for the university itself. My tuition was really high because I was in a very high-level program. So my tuition was probably triple what many master programs are. So hence my still paying it off years later. But I think it's a problem. It's a systemic problem. I think tuition should not be free. People have to pay for a benefit like this, but it should not be what it is right now. In Ontario, it's a huge problem, because what happens is we're losing students because they can't afford to go to university, and that is wrong. So I think the government needs support, that anybody from any background can become a university student.
My tuition is roughly $14,000 per year. I have a part-time job at the beer store, which helps me pay for my tuition and other school expenses. Working and going to school at the same time can be really stressful. It's hard to find the time to do schoolwork when you're also having to go to work part-time. I usually work Fridays, Saturdays, or Sundays, depending on my schedule. And I get really stressed easily, so having that extra added weight on my shoulders is a lot for me at sometimes. The fact that tuition has gone up so much over the years makes it really stressful for me, because I'm in a day and age where our tuition is a lot higher than it's ever been before, and I just fear for my siblings. I have a lot of them, so I know they're going to be in the same shoes as me. Since my parents can't help us out, they're not in a place financially to provide me with any sort of help financially with school, so I know my siblings are going to have to go through that same thing, and I just know that at the rate that tuition and fees are going up, it's just going to be even harder for them than it is for me, which is already hard enough, so I'm just a little bit scared about that.
Student debt is an issue that is widely overlooked, and the importance of this issue is not always considered when thinking about how it may affect a student mentally, or the sacrifices they'll have to make in order to get through school. When students come to university, they expect to walk away with a degree. However, most of the time, these students often end up walking away with not only that, but with a sum of debt they will spend years trying to pay off.